Okay, hello everyone. How are we? Well, today it's gonna be quite a lazy stream. Me doing a little bit of Blender in the background, so I'm just gonna pull open a reference image so I can work it off. As soon as I can find it. Put it somewhere. How are you today anyway? Okay, guys, I think I've got a floor plan in mind, so we're gonna try that. First and foremost. Do you wave if you can hear me? Say hello. Feel free to give me a follow, etc. Give me a short session. I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of boxing. Not boxing like punching people, I mean, you know. Okay. Haven't really got my bearings with this. How is everyone's used to Sunday going anyway? I hope you're all well. Yeah. Sorry if anyone can hear my neighbours. There's lifting something I've got. Not sure what though. Living. You can slide this on. I should be left from you. Let's see what happened there. This sort of. Oops. Yeah, we're still a cut and slide this year. And so just playing around with shapes at the moment, but I'm sure we'll get some of my guys done. I'll just pause it to a bit here. So I have a somewhat plan in mind. I think that's Yeah, that's quite nice. If I smooth carry on with these. Extrude that up again. Well, yeah, quite difficult to gauge this. I think this is probably a bit too far forward, but well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to any. Is my voice coming through okay? And inside that, please feel free to just drop a hello. Hey, drop me a follow as well. I'm gonna start streaming more frequently now. Had a bit of a think. I've actually lost my Twitch affiliation status and I can't stream to TikTok anymore because it's been a few months. With OBS, it's just been too busy. We haven't really been in the mood. So let's see if we can get this going again. This is just a little bit of grey box, and this may not make a final build at this point. This one. See how much comes naturally back to me. So I've been working so long on White Lotus, I've kind of and I need a break. Building that. It's in a state that I'm pretty happy with. I'm not going for exactness on this build, because it's just a little bit of dimensioning. Shit, so I should bring this up as well. This to here. Hey, Barry, how you doing? So, I'm working on a new world, full things. I'm quite excited about this one. Oh, I always say that, but yeah. This one could be something. Just want to see if I can... if it's backwards, let's see if I can extrude balloonwards. Up at the bar. That all the way back. Beautiful. There. Many of the same thing here. Similar. Defy. To go any use of the gauger. Doesn't need to be exact, of course. Elena. Very much. It's good, thank you, Fresh Air, yeah. It's really good, I'm just so having an easy Sunday. Jenny's upstairs, sleeping off the big lunch that we had today. We went to visit my parents. Yeah, I've met the parents for the first time, and it's great. Sipping. And, yeah, now we sort of, keep sleeping off over food. Well. All bit. Kind of want to just... Is there a tool, like a knife tool I can just use? I kind of want to keep it with the loot cats, but... One of these days I'd love to learn a tool called Plasticity, which I do have. I bought it on the recommendation of a very good friend, and I use it, and it was really good. It was more of a sort of, if you're using Blender, but you're using it more in a sort of a CAD capacity, and honestly, what do I mean by that? Well, CAD is a lot more flexible. Blending, you really have to think about every single vertex, the surface, way in advance. CAD allows you to do a lot of crazy shit, and then leave the program handle with geometry. Well, I don't know if it results in better worlds for Horizon Worlds, but I'm game to give it a go. Yeah. So I've certainly had to play with it in the past, and it works pretty well. It cut down slide, so if I just take that and then put it to here. Try and do that, and then we square. Select this face. Now we're gonna push this and then extrude it inwards just to a sensible degree. I don't know, your lips are not reasonably snappy at the moment. This is only a sketch, guys. Yeah. So I think I'm probably gonna have dividers across here, maybe? Sort of planning something, huh? Yeah. Think I'm gonna extrude this downwards, okay? Maybe just a little bit further. Yeah, that's gonna work out well for me. Because the next thing I want to do is to grab some of these. I think are sticking out too far. I'll come back in a minute. So, if I extrude this way, I think I got it quite far, okay? Probably here. I always design things with audio distancing in mind. So, yeah, let's try moving this edge first. So to get these things here, I'm gonna switch to wireframe, okay? Actually, no, I can keep it there. May I switch to X-ray? And then I change to vertices, which allows me to just select these, okay? And then I should be able to grab, move along the y-axis that way. So that's quite neat. You can see what I've done there. So I grabbed the ledge and just moved it back, and I anticipate I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. Oh, these walls need to come out further. Yeah, the balcony effect is always a bit of a weakness with Horizon Worlds at the moment because we don't have audio inclusion and exclusion zones. When I say that, I mean that you have to design worlds that people aren't literally stood on top of each other. Because a conversation going on above you can feel like you're standing in the middle of it. Whereas, if they had full like dynamics on the audio, audio wouldn't pass through surfaces so well. But it's not running out of the moment. I think the chat and something like that, you know. But if anyone uses it, but okay. So the next thing you would do now, guys, is we're gonna put my loop cut and slime on this bottom piece. I'm always guilty of trying to put too much in on loop cuts the slides. Slime. So you can see that the effect of me doing this now is actually kind of loop cut like the whole shebang because it's all one object, and really I don't want to do that. So what I might do here, okay, is I'm gonna select. You can see up in the top right, like it's all one object. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this magical key, which is the P key. Look and say selection. So it's separate is P. When I press that, it becomes its own separate object. So I have to come out of edit mode. Now I can select that separately. So now if I was to try and make cut, well, I need to go into thingy mode here. There we go. It can, so you can see the effect of doing that only affects the bottom layout, which is much cleaner. But much cleaner. So, hello. Sort of have an idea as to how I want to stick them. Gosh. Do the there, I think. That should do it. Then we're gonna loop cut sort of here and pull that to about here. Okay. Then we'll loop. Let's do it here as well, okay? Hello there. We're gonna do it sort of. Yeah, I think probably. Yeah, that could be cool. So, let's see the view mirror. That will select this bottom layer. So let's just hit this here. I can sort of grab this and pull it downwards and put a bit more space there. And then if I say, hey, I wanna turn off X-ray mode, okay? Hello, right here. Good, I can then out and dry. Oh, I don't want to do that. Extrude it downwards, please. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. Now I've just realised I've completely messed this up. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I'll just so little. Stop for a moment. Because I separated this out, what I can do is I need to turn on X-ray for this. That's particularly important. Think about that voicing okay, and then we just grab it on the X-axis and pull it the other way. I'm trying to do something here, guys. I don't want to give too much away. So, let's turn off X-ray again, and what I'm going to do is see if I can extrude backwards. Does that work? It does. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. So, oh, I had a can of Coke somewhere. Oh, there it is. Ha, I thought I'd lost it. Okay, so the next challenge, guys, is we're gonna make some stairs down the side, okay? So make sure we're not in edit mode, we're in object mode. We're gonna create mesh, the mesh is gonna be called plane. And we're gonna grab that down to here. Oh, is it a plane that I want? Oh, yeah. It's difficult. Kind of yes and no. I'm ready to trash that. We'll guess out them at the cube, but can't it. And then what I want to do, we're going to turn on Snappy at this point. And we're going to say I want T vertex Snappy. Okay? So what I can then do is I can grab this object and snap it to here. Now if I come in here, I need to make sure that picture is on. And if I grab that and pull this across to here, we snap it to there, okay? So we now got ourselves a beautiful cube. And if we G and Y this across between K, let's just do it again. So if I say G, Y, oh, well, it doesn't matter, do that, huh? Okay, well, that's fine. And if we G and Z that up to a bay, yeah. Wonderful. Now, I wonder, can I coerce this to me? Oh, it's gotta be a way to do this. I'm gonna flick this, I think, to this view. And then I'm gonna G and Y X with snap that bit there. Perfect. Now you'll notice the origin of this cube is like down here. It's this little orange blip. You can barely see that. So I'm gonna try and solve that by saying origin to geometry. And little sound. I'm going to test the audio a sec as well as the background. I'm actually shit dummies. Alright. There you are, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in a modifier for this. Which is going to be a array, a very simple array. You can see that array is the wrong axis. So I need to move that down. I'm 1, factor of 1. Oh, -1, I'm sorry. -1. Oh, no, that. Okay, and then also, I'm the X -1. Great. I'm starting to build stairs, guys. This is very exciting. Now what I'm going to do, is I'm probably in time going to get rid of the invisible surfaces on the stairs. And this saves on geometry, okay? So, if I take the back faces here. Here. Because they don't change the dimension of this. What I can do is I can say delete face. There we go. Wonderful. And keep your vertices low, guys. Very important. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna up the count here. You can see we're just gonna build those stairs out. Lovely. Beautiful. I think that's probably about right. Although I do, speaking of dimensions, actually, I do kind of want to, if I can grab that and move it on the y-axis inwards, you'll see the whole staircase goes in a bit, so that's nice. It's a bit more natural. Doesn't quite look right, and must be okay. Stiff gold. So that's fair. That now comes down to out there, but I also want to put these inwards a bit. So, oops. Now, I do have X-ray turned on, and then sort of select these and press G. And to the X, and let's just pull this out this way a little. If that's nice and all, but I want them to be slightly thin the steps. Let's do that there. Not too crazy. Or do I? Yeah, I will. Siam and oversee everything as usual. Them. 1, 2. Yes, it can extrude. But a little beyond that. Not quite now in line, but it could work. Okay. So if we extrude this out to here, works. Yeah, that works okay. Did sort of have a plan here, and I've sort of largely forgotten what it is. Oops. Never mind. Anyway, talk to me, guys. How are you all there? And tell me how your Easter's going. Does anyone out there actually celebrate Easter? I kind of don't really myself, but I celebrate it for other people. Focus. Movie. You can see here that kind of page you've got some Z-Rec going on. Oh, Easter eggs. Yeah, do you know what? I've had a cheeky couple of Easter eggs, but they haven't really gorged yet, so got that to come. Should be fun. Yeah. What's your favourite Easter egg? Twixes or Smarties, M&M's? Many eggs? Did have a cream egg earlier, actually. That was nice. Yeah, cream eggs at the bomb. Did you ever see that? There's a guy called Beard. Beard Meets Food or Beard Eats Food? He's really popular YouTuber, and he did this thing a while back where he made a gigantic cream egg. Really big one, like it was twice the size of a person's head, maybe more. And he just sat or he ate it with a spoon. It was incredible. So much sugar. So much sugar. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. Just say like giant cream egg beard. Yeah, giant cream egg beard would probably get in result. Those funny. Wow, my head's already trying to jump to the detail stage with this, but I just can't. Oh. Yeah, I like Beard Meets Food, he's fine. I can't think what his accent is, though. Is he a Geordie? I can never remember. I know his catchphrase is like hoop scoot or something, that I don't know if that's a Geordie thing. I have no idea. Okay. I wonder, with Blender, how expected to snap to the other side? It always seems to want to snap to the side like go white to that to you, if that makes any sense. See, it's always like I want it to join the other let me just try this to say. So if I go here, and if I do on the x-axis, if I grab this and G it on the x-axis again, see now I can do that. That's crazy. And so I want to bring this out. So what I'm doing at the moment, dudes, I'm doing something a little called grey boxing, which is it's where you just play with ideas. You're not building a final map. Just to see if you can get the structure working in your head, the proportions, etc. It's a vitally important thing to do when you're world building, because if you don't have the proportions right, it can look terrible. Pretty bad. So yeah, you sort of have to get that right. And obviously, when it comes to actually building the final thing, yeah, you need to refine the structure. I think with Delosis, I did it in chunks. So every sort of indoor and outdoor area, I split into main hall, dressing room. Here's B, Grosso. That's a big yawn. I'm really down on sleep. So, looking forward to another, I think, crazy party tonight. The White Notice, although actually I think it's going to be a calmer one. We'll run the Cozy Loft theme tonight, which would be nice. 7 legs that one. Time to calm down and just have a chilled one. So here I'm going to do a loop. I was watching something that Jenny was building earlier today, and she's going back to grey boxing actually in the headset. Like, that's a very clever way to do it, because something I've noticed, I was getting very quick at building worlds in the headset up until we all got Trimo. And then when we moved across to building in Blender, it got very difficult, like proportioning it. And when you're building a headset, you can just easily hop back and forth all the time, right? You can't so much do that now with Trimesh. You have to sort of fiddle about a lot, which is great fun, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely harder. Definitely harder. And the problem is I'm trying to be too efficient with geometry to a point where it's... Yeah, I think I'm just making life too difficult for myself. I need to start building with blocks again. But that's something that I always remember some of the initial sort of VA groups when they were publishing their worlds. And a lot of their worlds looked like, oh yeah, they could build, that you could definitely tell they'd come from people who had learned to build in Horizon, so very blocky and do real great effort. You compare them to sort of VR chat, which are much more freeform. It's like, oh, okay. I do want to get away from the blocks to start using chaos, but this one, well, we're gonna have some chaos in here, guys. To be honest, but I think to keep the complexity down. I'm not sold on a structure at the moment. I know kind of what I want to have. I know the components and what I want to have, but I don't fully understand the... And look, you just do a little Googling for, say, like No, it's not for VR chat job. VR chat is one platform that I've never built for, and I've joked about maybe building on there. But, the problem with VR chat, I find they're already saturated with far too many hustlers. Here, oh my god, that came out wrong. Far too many really great artists and communities that are trying to sort of run businesses over there. And I look around and I just see there's other platforms, right, which are screaming out for people to build worlds and run communities on. And so, Horizon's just put a lot of money on the table, 50 million, for people to join up and start, populating Horizons, running communities, building worlds. And right now, I think if you're a creator, unless you've got any strong feelings against, Horizons, for whatever reason, you're kind of missing a gold rush. Yeah, we'll see how that pans out, of course, but 50 million in a year is not something to be sneezed at if you are capable of building worlds. And turning up every day and building communities. Yeah, do it. Screw everyone else's opinion, just get in there and it's great fun. I'm going to select a facius for go here. Instead of fast losing what I thought it was me doing. I can see this not being used, this great box. I'm not enjoying making it. And we get some more inspiration. I want to build something that's kind of like chic and sexy and just a little bit interesting, and I need to sort of draw ideas from some of the absolutely amazing places that are in this place that I'm building a sort of a thing of. And I do want it to be slightly curved and sexy, but I don't want to overcomplicate it. Oh my goodness me. So I'm looking at pictures of some like really high class faces, and they always blow me away, that the colors, the shapes. It's so good. It's so good. Come on. This is kind of leading to one day I want to remake one of my old worlds as well. This isn't that. This is, unless I do a step change and I actually remake that world. But I don't know, I kind of want to do something nice for this. What is this? It's that opening up some images in the background. Sorry, I'm just actually blown away by amazing architecture. Always. The trouble is trying to model it. Trying to do it justice is very, very difficult. I don't directly want to like rip off some actual architectural design, but I do want to draw elements. You know, you look at certain things and you're like, wow, that's so cool. Oh, holy hell. But I also don't want to make it too complex. You know, it's got a very distinct vision of what I want to do in my mind. And more. It needs to have a few fundamental areas, but not be too big or too small. No. Oh, that's so good. Sorry, I'm just, sorry you can't see what I'm seeing. I don't know if I can share my screen, but, plus it would kind of give away what my plan is. You know, open image in new tab. It's stuff, right. Oh. There was a place. There was a place that I saw a build of. Like, in terms of real photo. I was so blown away by it. I can't remember what it's called. But the water in this country is just so blue, it's incredible. Yeah. Wow. And all the while I'm looking at it thinking, yes, texture 1, texture 2, texture 3. I wonder if I'm doing about this the wrong way. Yeah, I think I am. Do you know what? Here we go. You ready? Bang, deleted. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in a cube. And we're gonna say, right, grab this. Whoops, oh no, I don't do that. Grab it, I'm sorry. And along the y-axis, put it that way. And then this one. Grab it along the x-axis, put it that way, okay? Then we're gonna say origin to geometry, so it's in the middle. From that, I think I'm gonna start off by doing the pool, and I'm gonna try some tricks here. So don't know how well this is gonna turn out, but we're about to find out. So dip cut and slide. I kind of think actually I'm gonna separate this top thing, so if I press P here, flex and go, and then that top layer is now separated, so I can F3 inset. Oops. Don't, and I want to lip cut and slide round inset, so we'll yeah, that should be okay. We'll sort of drag this to about there, and I just realised the loop cut and slip be lacking the wrong thing. That's what I wanted to avoid. So if I come out of here, select that. There we go. That's what I did. Perfect. So pop this here. And then here, G and X this to here. And then we're gonna loop. Cut and slide here. In this line. Yeah, like so. Beautiful, okay. So we just sort of take this to right here. And then G. Yeah, I used to love building in headset a lot. I still do, but obviously I'm trying to push on with learning tri-mesh at this point because that is the future. Present in the future. Extrude that down after we've got. Need to turn off X-ray so we can get a good gauge on what I'm doing here. Film. Shot. Now, this comes the tricky bit, guys. Oops, okay. I don't know if this is a good way to do this. What? I like the hay. So G and X, we're gonna seek. Oh, ooh, that's kind of sexy. It's not quite what I want to do now. I have to do minus 2. And these two. G, X, minus 4. Oh no. Being. Sure. Yeah, sure, why not? A nice little sexy curve going on there. So when you're designing worlds for Horizon Worlds, you kinda gotta keep the geometry simple. They do have to be converted to tri-mesh. So that's the only thing I would say. Go gentle with curves. Otherwise you're gonna get really bizarre results. That's it. Fundamental. Now, if you want a calendar here, and I'm gonna bring in a mesh. Script you. Want to lock that to the y-axis. And then I want different. Ton is it? Oh wow! Soft Ross 6 flies. I'm gonna get the LOSIS up and operational for any people who come in early. Let's do the background here. Do get people coming in early sometimes. But it's always nice. Now also keep an eye out for a streamer called It's Clyde. He's a very good friend of mine. He is on YouTube and Twitch. And he does games nights. And he'll be starting, I think, in about half an hour over on Twitch. He's also on YouTube as well, if you prefer that. But yeah, keep an eye out from his It's at IPS_Clyde. CLYDE. It's great fun. He always has a good crowd. And they just play Jackbox Party Pack. And as of, not sure this week, but next week we'll actually be bringing a crowd over to Bounter, which is another VR platform. Well, we'll be having them on a big screen. And everyone there can join in and be together, watching that stream. Should be fun. Come along. I've got to plan the events and the Losers. I'm sorry, it's been too busy this weekend, but I'll be watching his stream in a browser, of course. Cool. Right, let's have a look, guys. So, what I need to do here, let me turn on, there we go. Now what have I got? Now actually insert this to about here, okay. Now we're gonna GNY this. I put in a G. And then thanks. It's always good when you're planning a new build, just spend a little bit of time messing around with it, you know? Just get those techniques down. Make sure you're happy with the approach. Let's do this down here. You know, and the different styles that you're gonna use. Yeah, just make sure you're okay with that. In entries, I'm probably gonna have to have a few ramp-ups at doing. Oh, hey, Tide, there's Clyde as well. So Clyde is right now Speak of the Devil. He is in the YouTube chat, I believe. Oh, hang on. No, he's in the Twitch chat. Hello, Clyde, and thank you. Yeah, I'm using a service called Upbeat, which I would really recommend to anyone. So it is a paid-for service, but it's really done expensive, and there's a lot of music artists who write these kinds of tunes. There's a lot of different genres on there that you can sort of pay them and then they license. Hi there, Casual. How you doing? Hey, thank you, Casual. Very cool. Welcome to VR and Indie, and welcome to the White Noses. We'll be opening the doors there, I think, close to about 8 PM tonight. So, just putting some music in there. Now, thank you for uploading a clip. That's very cool. White Notice is an interesting place still. It's not open 24 hours. It does open on like UK times in the evenings, just because I can't be there all the time. And I know sometimes the mods like to go in there and set up shop, but yeah, I endeavour to be there during the operating hours. And I don't want people to have a 24-hour place. It's not healthy to spend that long in VR, but I do want people to have a good time. And that's why I'd recommend only visiting Losus during the operating hours. Yeah. We'll be probably open quite late again tonight. I don't have any after parties planned for tonight, so I figured I might need to catch up on a bit of sleep, but we'll see. We'll see. It's, I don't have work tomorrow. And got no reason to stay out late, but we'll see. It's not every day we get a bank holiday Monday in the UK, so. Right, okay, music is in the Lotus though, so if anyone's there. Wandering round? Oh, some of that. So, add another modifier here, so generate array. I'm going to say yes, factor X is correct to be 1. Factor Z will say -1. Then count, well, I mean, we could put as many stairs in as we want, but we don't need that many. Let's have a little look. So if we just take that count it to about there, that's probably about right. I can always adjust that. It doesn't have to be perfect mo at this stage. So therefore just unselect that and turn off that. So you got ourselves there. My 2 steps leading into the pool. I generally I'm playing with ideas. I'm trying to absorb inspiration from some real life places. And just, you know, obviously I'm not trying to rip off any one place. That would be crazy. But definitely looking to sort of take on elements that I really love from a lot of these places and then put them together and come up with something I hope truly special, but let's see. That does depend on my competencies. Wow, every time I look at this picture they just blow me away. Yeah. Oh wow, look at that one. Oh shit. That's like oh my. Oh, I was just saying a very special one. Hang on. Let me just take that in for a moment. I swear, I'm looking at something that looks a bit like Tatooine from Star Wars. It's crazy. Great looking. So mad. Orpheus house. Oop, I might have given away something. Damn. Okay, well. You know what, actually, I've got a load of Easter eggs ready to go. So I think me and Jenny are going to spend the rest of the night getting very sick off Easter eggs. Yeah. I think I've got like a Reese's Pieces Easter egg. It should be amazing. I love Reese's Pieces. But peanut butter and chocolate is such an absolutely brilliant combination. Although I would say that like Reese's peanut butter is just too sugary. It's like confectionery peanut butter. I do think like just actually combining proper. That is if you buy good peanut butter from like a protein store. Like the 100% of the natural stuff, no oils. If you mix that with chocolate, wow, that's the good stuff. I reckon that Reese's should like go, hey, we're going to do like a natural range. You know? But I do prefer like UK chocolate to American chocolate as well. That's one thing I would say in the UK. Maybe it's just my palate. Maybe it's what I'm used to, but the late UK chocolate's better. The problem is a lot of these pictures that I'm looking at, they look fantastic. But they're taken from really interesting angles. They don't really give you a good isometric perspective. Didn't look amazing though. If anyone's watching, feel free to subscribe for notifications to go live. I haven't got a schedule yet. Still trying to work that out, but I have taken sort of about a 3 to 4 month break from any streaming whatsoever. I just haven't felt it, to be honest. But now I'm getting more back into me doing more interesting side projects, I think. We'll see when it goes. Okay. Oh wow. 6:45. I might terminate this stream at 7, so then I'll refer everyone across to go watch Clyde's stream. Or if you carry on watching my channel, it should automatically boot you across to Clyde when he starts and I stop, so that should be good. Wonderful. Yeah, and then to be honest, I was gonna make dinner for me and Jenny, but I think we're still probably quite full. I know. I'll speak to her, see how she feels. Might be fish cakes for lunch. We'll see. Your tea, even. Hit. Or did. Nope. Wrong. This knife. Oh, I just noticed a detail in the reference image that I was using. The first one. It's a lot more complicated than I thought it was. It's quite nice though. Oh, guys, really cute actually. The issue is with the audio in Horizons, I kind of feel like I would have to sort of, the floors would have to have big gaps between them, so I'm almost gonna have to come up with really sort of interesting ways to manage that. Without making people feel like, oh, how do I get onto that floor? It's all blocked off. And then no, I think I've got time on my side. Okay, dudes, I'm probably gonna end the stream now, actually, because my brain is starting to shut down, so I'll be on again at some point. Sorry, it's been a bit boring. I've just trying to get a feel for how I want this to look, and I may have to just go into the headset and box it together with boxes, pull it out, and then actually build that properly. As well, that's probably a good workflow, actually. Yeah, okay, thank you very much, everyone.